Got him, got him, got him. What's good? We in the building. Give me a moment. We're about to get started. Peace, everybody. Welcome to Aboriginal Global Media. I'm just gathering my notes so we can jump into the subject. All right, I'm back. I had to give me some hydration. Was doing a little fast, so what's good, family? How's everybody? Thank you for your patience. No, I did not forget. I could not allow myself to not be here tonight. What's good? I see folk in the building. Y'all must be ready for this heat that we're about to drop because it's about to get hot in here. Again, thank you for your patience. Welcome to the channel. You know what the routine is. Hit them like buttons. Get these people up in the building. They need to hear what we have to talk about tonight. If you have a question about anything, you will be able, I'll throw it in the chat right now, to come on and ask your question live. All right, so you see that link right there. We also want to make some quick announcements before we jump right into the subject because we are not going to waste time tonight. Oh, folk in the building tonight. I see y'all. Peace, family. What's good? Get them likes up. Get the likes up. Get these folk up in here, man. You know how they gonna try to block the algorithm for this information, the most lethal information on the internet right now. All right. Let me go and do my announcements about the summit. That is important. This year, August 14th, 15th, and 16th, we will be right here in ATL. Let me throw the link in the chat on both chats. All chats. I was supposed to go on TikTok tonight, but y'all got to forgive me, TikTok. All right, y'all see it. Aboriginalvillage.org or aboriginalvillageproject.org. Let me share this link. This is the link that you can go to and access everything. All right, you see the link here. All right, the 2026 summit, right here in ATL. On Friday and Saturday, we'll be at the YG Urban Cafe. And on Sunday, we will be at the farm on the west side. On Saturday morning, we are doing our DOS and SOS workouts and a flag football game. And on Sunday morning, we are doing a hiking and hape ceremony at Stone Mountain. And so when you go here, if you want to look for the itinerary, you'll go right here. There we go. And you can get the itinerary day by day. All right. We're going to have an Aboriginal Jeopardy session so somebody can win that prize. If you want to nationalize or register any businesses of any type, we'll have jurists on site who can do that. We're going to have a couple session as well. This is our meet and greet on day one. All right. Day two, we're going to be outside training in the morning, early. Then we're going to come back in the afternoon and come to the YG Cafe and do all of our presentations. We're also going to have an Introgen party, Spaded and Faded. And I think that night is the Clarissa Shields fight. So we're going to watch that fight on Saturday night. Day three, we're going to have Stone Mountain in the morning and our barbecue, basketball, three-point contest, instrument circle, fire pit circle, etc., etc. So your whole itinerary is here. If you want to get tickets, you go to the store right here and you can get all of your tickets. You can also order meals. The tickets are reduced because the meals you have to pay YG Urban Cafe or Killer Kitchen for those. If you want to be a vendor, we have a few spots left. But some of this food is special order. So if you want bison ribs or bison burgers, you have to order that in a pre-order just so we get our inventory straight. We're about to have an awesome summit. Let me share this link for the tickets inside of the chat. I'll throw it on Instagram too, because I know y'all tuning in too. All right. Let's throw it in the chat on Insta. Share this link. Let me pin the comment so y'all can see it up top. All right, y'all see that link on Instagram and here on YouTube, Facebook, and X. So tune into the summit. We got some awesome things to share with you at the summit. You can get your tickets. You can get everything that you need from there. All right. So now it's time to cook. We are in a national debate, discourse, and the conversation becomes international when we add in the fact that they tried to hide what really happened in what is being styled as the transatlantic slave trade. They also hid from us in history and never taught us about the Trans-Pacific slave trade. And so the premise of tonight's discussion is very simple. Let's see, I can't hear y'all. It's very simple. Okay, my volume up. We got it. We're working. The premise of the night is very, very simple. Let's get this volume all the way up. It's very simple. Who are the original Americans? We have first of all, let me establish some things. There are different types of scholarship in the Indigenous American community. There is lots of misinformation on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, wherever you at. If you want thorough information, I am making a huge and bold statement to come to us, meaning Arna, or the people that we recommend. And the reason why I'm saying that is because confused communications breed disunity. They are agents whenever you have a movement. There are people who just out to become famous and get paid whenever you have a movement. And this movement is a movement that changes everything as far as history and heritage is concerned on the planet Earth. To rectify the identity of the true original Americans is to cut down millions of books from institutions that have hidden away in anthropology, archaeology, archaeogenetics, the real truth. And that is that twofold. The oldest civilizations on Earth are in the Americas. The oldest people on Earth are in Black America. The current group of people, groupings of people, who are the predominant face of Native American tribes are not autochthons, Aboriginals, Original Americans, First Nations, or indigenous to this landmass. They are not. They are not genetically. They are not historically. They are not in any way culturally indigenous to this land. I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. And people asking me, bro, why you got the gold fronts in? And I always tell them, this is our culture. I started doing this when I was 14 years old. I didn't know nothing about the Shi, the Mayans, the Muskogee, the Yamasee, the Yuchi, the Chicora. The Mobilian trade languages, Tuscaloosa, Emperor Bren, Chief Doctor. I didn't know nothing about that. We didn't know nothing about that. All we knew is this is what we like. How significant is it that thousands of years ago, the people who dominated, ruled, operated jurisdiction on this land also had these fronts? Could you call that a coincidence? All the gold chains, the platinum in your mouth, all of this stuff that we made famous, that we unfolded into a whole culture, is literally a mirror of indigenous America. How we talk, the Ebonics, the hip hop. When you go and study linguistics and genetic linguistics, you find the same type of linguistics. The locks. I'm about to show you. Some of y'all are going to be mad. Right in South Carolina, when they described the people in South Carolina when the Spanish first came, they said that they were olive complexion. Now, olives can only be three colors: green, brown, or jet black. I ain't never seen pale olives. I ain't never seen a light-skinned, swarthy person. Swarthy means dark skin, which is the real light skin because the light is in the melanin. Olive complexion with braids down to their waist. That's locks. Then they got the nerve, our ancestors, to prior to that period, painting it on the walls thousands of years ago so that no mistakes would be made. With skin like mine and hair like mine. And the people who see this, who are pretendians, look at it and say, those are not your ancestors. Those are our ancestors. Let's give these neurodivergent pretendians a big round of applause. The truth that's coming out now is bothering them so bad that they have orchestrated plots and tactics on how to get your page canceled. And so that's why we want to always keep it academic. We're not about to argue with you. First of all, you can't even fight. Do we have to show you the proprioception, excuse me? And why the fascia is more advanced in a deeply melanated body? We got to show you? We fight every year at the summit. Why did it take from 1492 to 1812 to defeat us? If y'all so got there, that's 320 years it took y'all to defeat us. And you didn't even defeat us because we came right back in 1860 and kicked y'all ass. I'm warming up, but I just needed my people to understand where we are standing. We are the real Americans, and it did not come from Amerigo's Vespucci. This is why you need to study. I'm not even going to pull those slides up. I already went over that. If you are not addicted to honor pages online, you gotta be the dumbest motherfuckers that ever existed, because the information is not tailored towards you just learning something. The information is tailored towards you establishing jurisdiction, a complete new educational paradigm intergenerationally for the next 7 generations to build up your autonomy. And it's not theoretical. In no shape, way, or form. It's not theoretical. There is nothing economic, cultural, socio-political, psychological, spiritual that a pretendian can come and communicate, interact with you on any level that's anything close to what we live. It's not even close. They can take their non-dancing, off-rhythm asses back across the Trans-Pacific slave trade, back to the Filipinos, back to Asia if they want to. And then they'll have a problem over there too. You can go all the way back to the European steppe, bro. We do not care. We will not be apologetic. Why would we be kind and respectful to a people who want to continue paper and physical genocide? Nigga, y'all are too nice. This we are the world shit does not work. You kept trying it over and over again. You kept trying it. You kept trying to integrate in the way that you did. You kept trying to get positions of power and influence. And then what did you do? You turned out to be the same nigga, the same type of nigga that stabbed the nigga in the back. And your children need the raw truth. I heard somebody say, I don't want my children listening to you because of how you talk. Look at how the white people talking to them. They're telling them they're Africans. Bruh, there is nothing that I can do to cast an intergenerational curse on your children with one thing that I have ever said. But you will say that to me, then send your children to a school that is going to completely wipe out their identity, name them after a people from across an ocean, and then diminish every record of their heritage. This is what makes a coon. This is how you design through social engineering a coon. They have nowhere to go. They don't have a jurisdiction or culture. They can't go study the religion of Zulukin with anybody. They don't know it. When they get older, when they form their businesses, they're going to run down to the municipality and register for this and register for that. They don't know how to get a tribal EIN. They don't know how to set up a nonprofit business structure and several other tribal LLCs to run their businesses. They don't know how to design an Aboriginal medical association, an Aboriginal law firm, an Aboshi Cacao, an Eshel tribal birth ministry. They don't know. And their parents are telling them that achievement is going to Yale, Harvard, Columbia, UPenn, Temple. In places to get in debt where the jobs that they're trying to get, administrative, their aunties just got fired. They fired millions of black women from all of these secretarial positions and all. You don't have a future. You looking at your motherfucking future on the screen right now. It's us. We're talking to you. Show me where Black America has a goddamn future in the things that they have tried to strategize to do in the hells of North America. Show me. We can have an intelligent discourse about this. Show me the future. We're talking 2040. It's 2026 now? Okay, 14 years. There was an Asian guy who ran for president and said the black dollar will be zero in 2040. You can't see it? Oh, I know y'all got all types of economic heat on y'all right now. I'm talking about greater Black America. If you're in the tribe, you're supposed to be cooking right now, and I don't care what you say. If you are not, it's your fault. You don't have the confidence. You don't have the faith. You don't have the work ethic. You're not using your tools, and that ain't my fault. You can't blame that shit on me. I'm 51 years old. I could go outside and dump right now. I haven't eaten since Tuesday. Literally. Matter of fact, besides water and coconut water, Tylee brought me some juice to get me rejuvenated. So shout out to Tylee's tea, because she be cooking on all of the herbs that she grows at her home, takes out of the ground, makes the teas, and delivers it to us. I was just there with them at the other farm, foraging basil, oregano, all types of food, tomatoes. Yeah, I go every week, or as often as I can, to forage food from a farm to eat. You can go in my fridge right now, pull out the drawer, and you'll see all the zucchinis and all the other stuff that's out there. Bruh, y'all don't have a future. What future? What you gonna do? 2026? You're gonna go and elect who? Raphael Warmack, or whatever the guy's name is, the senator here in Georgia. You think Keisha Lance Bottoms is going to become governor of Georgia and solve all your problems? No. So let's get to the scholarship. I've warmed up enough. Hit the like button. Get these folks up in here. We are about to destroy, absolutely destroy the Pretendian network. Tonight is your motherfucking eulogy. Matter of fact, I got to switch modes. I want to go in nerd mode. Nah, I'm going to stay in this mode. This is a eulogy. This is a eulogy. Sorry. Now, let's start out. The right way. Let's start out the right way. All right, let me share my. Let me share my screen. All right, this is coming straight from my email, and I'm going to read off of these slides. And shout out everybody who, there we go. Let's go. Now, this book right here is about to detail from the early 1500s, when the Spanish came here, who did they encounter? And let me be just frank. I'm so happy because this area that they're talking about is the area I'm from, literally. I'm going straight from my email from these slides because I had to upload these slides. So you see the book. Now let me come out of it. Now you see how the book is written. All right. And thank Brother Samuel on TikTok. There's a brother named Samuel who did a wonderful presentation on the Gullah Geechee. And I'm using some of his slides to break this stuff down. Let's just read what it says. Let's go straight into it. Now, this should say Shakora. It says Shakona, but it should say Shakora. All right. And Shakora is a name of a town in what is now South Carolina that was right near Charles Fort, or what became Charlestown. So look at what it says about these people. Now, this is first encounters. The people of, it should say Chakora, are of an olive complexion. God damn it, we already told you what an olive is. It's either green, brown, or black. Tall in body and with very little beard. They wear their hair black down to the waist. The women's hair is very long and they all braid it. Those of another province nearby, which they call Dahar, wear it down to the ground. The king of these was like a giant. He was called Data. His wife and 25 sons whom they had were very much esteemed. They presented themselves as if they were gods, showing how much they believed themselves. They wore on their heads certain wreaths filled with stones, which shone brightly as if enchanted. That's crystals, pearls. The whole oyster network came right out of South Carolina. That spread all the way up to Norumbega, aka Washington, D.C., and further north. Others wore jewels or pearls, which they valued greatly. Later, these same pearls were brought for little, once softened by much commerce. I believe they are idolaters, and I do not think they had been baptized, nor did they have any faith, but rather destruction. Bruh, let's keep reading. And let me give you my sources so you can see this. Screenshot the sources. Screenshot the sources. We came to study. Screenshot the sources. Let's keep going. The Lucayan Islands, or Lucaos, lie to the north of Cuba and of Haiti. They number more than 400, according to what is said. This is the Bahamas, by the way. All are small except for one called Lucao, from which the rest take their name. They lie between 10 and 17 and 18 degrees. They were the first land sighted by Christopher Columbus, Managua, Guanima, Aguario, and others among them. The people of these islands are whiter and more beautiful than those of Cuba or Haiti, especially for women. Now, why am I reading this? Where did you get white Indians from? This cannot be explained by anybody but us. You can't explain it. Because you have to tell us what people, hold on, I got to come out of this. Let me come out of this. The reason why this is important is because, let me change this. Nope. See, nobody can explain this except the people who've been studying with us. You can't explain it. When Columbus came, it was white people already here. So you want me to show them to you? This is why you need to get our books. I'm going to show them to you. I'm going to show them to you. So the book, they lied about the transatlantic slave trade. That is my book. I'm about to open it up, and I'm about to show you where these white people came from. They were the first groups of slaves that you can't learn about, because to learn about them proves everything we're saying about Black Europeans interacting in trade with us for thousands of years. Hold on. You're not about to get away. There are no historians on earth that can challenge us on this information. They don't even want to talk about it. Honestly, they're not going to come around and just start talking about this. All right. So let me go. Wait, first of all, you see me talking about the locks. Like, this is how indigenous Americans depicted themselves. What do you think you get the maraca from? The maraca, a maraca. The maraca is a divination tool. It is not African. It came into Africa from America. That little rattle that you have for children, that's an American rattle. All right? And so when you look at the people, this is what they look like. This is what they look like. All right. And then where did we get the rattle from? We got the rattle from the rattlesnake, which is exclusively an American snake. Yeah, go study. These little rattles that you see right here, let's blow this up a little bit. The maraca comes from our people. All right, so these are these complexes in Bonham Peck that we're going over. All right? Like, how are people in Mexico saying they are descended from these people when they don't? Now you want to talk about genetics. Oh, the genetics proves we're indigenous. The genetics does not prove you're indigenous. The genetics proves that you are following the wrong historical and migration theories. And because you implant fake migration theories, it's convenient. The standard test populations that you are using are the wrong people. This is who you should be testing. That's the MC1R gene. It is not functional in you at all. It is either mutated or deleted. And I'm coming back to the white people, but I got to show you the hairstyles that match. Now, this is Mexico. These hairstyles match the same hairstyles that I just read in South Carolina. Who was here? You don't have this copper transport system to make hair like this, bro. Stop playing with us. Y'all talk about Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras didn't even start in New Orleans. Look at this. Mardi Gras in this side started in Mobile, Alabama, Tuscaloosa. Then it went to Biloxi in Mississippi. Then it went to New Orleans. Do your history right. You're not going to catch me slipping. Who is this? Who are these people? Are you kidding me, bro? Y'all going to play with me like this, bro? You're not about to play with. This is primary evidence left by the people of their genetics. The art expresses the genetics. The art expresses the MC1R gene. Non-deleterous, non-mutated. The hair expresses the copper transport system that's only... Y'all playing, bro. What did y'all do? Y'all playing. Y'all playing. They're going to throw some Asians up in your face and make you deny what was left by the people. Like, are y'all crazy? But let's go to the point that I wanted to make. First of all, who taught Africa their culture? Because this cranial deformation right here that you see over here in Egypt, this is Bonham Peck, Mexico. This is early Mexico, the Olmecs. This is South America. Cranial deformation was a part of our culture all the way to the Flatheads who lived up until the 1700s. There was an anatomical reason why we practice cranial deformation. I will not get into all of that tonight. Maybe I will one day because it's an extensive thing, but we had a culture surrounding this. And if you ever see a baby, you will see that the skull has not closed, and you'll see that a particular artery that is beating at the top of the baby's head. It is a part of an arterial network called the Circle of Willis. This is where you get the ankh from. I already showed y'all that. And I discovered that in 2004, 22 years ago. What did the Spanish do? They took American Aboriginals back to Spain, and when you read the primary records, they took back with them cotton from America. We already had the cotton plantations running. This right here is American cotton. Codex Telluriano Remendez. Go look and see how expensive this book is. Then you're going to see why they can't defeat us. Look at the cotton. And shout out to Aboshi Cacao. We are literally growing cacao in Georgia right now. We literally have the only international cacao distribution network started by Kwahu Kachina Shi Amaru. Shout out to the guy. Give him a round of applause. Chocolate is not from Africa. Are these your Mexican ancestors? Eurasians? Y'all playing. Now, let's keep going. We can go all day. One area in this area was 7 to 11 million people. People, y'all believing that they destroy people by disease. Are you kidding me? Look. Look at the locks. And this person is under arrest. Bonham-Peck murals. But let me go to the point that I wanted to make. I'm not going to go through, because this book will completely destroy any argument that these people have about the slave trade. You need to get this book. Now let me go and show you where the white people came from. Let me show you. I'm going to show you how you get so-called white Indians. Look at them. They're on here. We got them. We got the dates and everything. Look at them. Now let me show you where they come from. Uh-oh. Got them. Got them. What is this? This is the Temple of Warriors. So this is, let me read from the book. Temple of Warriors at Chichen Itza by Ann Axtell Morris depicts a series of related episodes concerning a fair-skinned people with flowing yellow hair defeated in battle and subsequently sacrificed by conventionally equipped black warriors. The unusual characteristic of the former group, a member of which have represented seeking escape by swimming, gives rise to much interesting speculation as to their identity. The latter boat is manned by a crew of black-skinned warriors. Look at these. Look at the white folks. This is 900 AD, 600 years before Columbus. Look at the white people. Look at them. Now, they were brought here in a slave trade. I'm going to say it again. They were brought here in a slave trade. Look at these white folks. Look at these folks. What y'all want to do? Look at Cuckoo Khan coming up out of the ground on these motherfuckers, bro. What are you looking at right here? This is 900 AD. I'm going to bring it home to you. I'm going to bring it home for you. I'm going to bring it home for you. No. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch it. Watch what I'm about to do now. You saw that picture I just showed you? Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. I got something for you. Give me a second. I want to show you. Oh, man, where is this at? I'll just go to my... Can I go to my Facebook and show this? I might be able to. Because I can't access it because it's on my Instagram. Hopefully it'll let me in. Oh, they let me in. There we go. All right, so let me go to my page and show you this. Let me go to my page and show you this. Y'all saw that, right? You see the white people getting marched. That's 900 AD. Let me show you why I said they took all this time to get some leverage on this land. It took a long time. I'm going to show you. I'm about to show you. Here we go. Here we go. What are we talking about? Primary evidence? Y'all want primary evidence? Y'all got it. Hold on. No. Chrome tab. There we go. Go to Facebook. Bam! Bruh. This is 912 years of us kicking their ass. $912 of us kicking their ass. Y'all did not start kicking our ass, and y'all, I got to give y'all credit. Y'all didn't start kicking our ass until Jim Crow and post-Reconstruction. So we're talking a little over 100 years. So y'all want to compare, because they like to come and pop some deep. Like, yeah, we've been whooping y'all ass for over 1,000 years. And this is not even, you got to understand, y'all only came out of the European steppe at a particular time. And we're talking this period right here, you're still in the European steppe getting traded around the planet. The upper document is a document from the British archives about the War of 1812. Bro, he over there getting lit off of some tobacco with his sword, walking them down. Got the sister over there breastfeeding. Stole his hat and everything. Bro, after they invaded what was Dar al-Baid, or what you call the White House, they couldn't even stay in it for a few years. We walked their asses right out. If you went to Washington, D.C., there were no officials at this time. Washington, D.C. was getting burned down, bro. And they only burned certain parts because they knew they had built the other parts. This is us whooping your ass. I don't care what you're going to say about these documents. That's what I want to hear, Pretendian. What you going to say about it? And look, in both instances, we put paint on them. I'm trying to show you the consistent culture. Them defeating us is recent. And how they defeated us was coercing our women to integrate with them. That was it. That's it. Yeah, we ain't gotta go over no shit, bruh. Coercing our women to integrate with them. And using emasculated men who are a part of their regime. The entire global indigenous population will never solve the problem of any socio-political, economic reality, etc., until they learn three things. Your original religion, which is Zulukan. You got to have it because you don't have nothing to navigate all the other factors of life. You don't know identity. You need your original religion. Because you being indigenous and still staying Christian, this is, or Muslim in the way that y'all understand it, or all of these things, this is the problem. You have to let go of all concepts of God that the European, the Arab, the African, and everybody else gave you. You got to let it go. You will always be a motherfucking op with that stuff. Because you don't understand it. You're not organizing yourself in institutional hierarchies so that you can get a better vantage point of what you're studying, and you keep throwing Bibles, Qurans, and all kind of shit in people's face, and you don't understand the history of the books. Next, you need to understand that man and woman are not beings. Man and woman are law in the universe. The masculine and feminine principle expresses itself in atomic structures, in how you breathe, in the fact that you have duality expressed on your physical face. Your eyes are two, your nostrils are two, your lips are two, your ears are two, your arms are two, your legs are two, and they all coordinate and cooperate as a constitutional body for your survival. Man and woman is law. We are not beings, we are a law in nature. And lastly, how you have sex and produce other beings. You talk about all kind of shit, but you will never talk about the culture of sex and the reproduction of children. And I got to drop this because it's going to sound crazy. When they came here, they saw that we had what they call an idol of a calf. oh yeah, you about to call me a devil worshiper. Because what you're calling Baphomet was an indigenous entity symbolizing the birth of a child. A calf is a baby cattle of any sort. Bison, bull, sheep, goat. And the calf is symbolic. The golden calf is symbolic of the proper use of your phallus and your yoni to produce a planned child. Did I not show you that even the Moors over in the East used Baphomet, and Ahmed ibn Washi, who is the real Muhammad, was a magician who promoted it? And so all I'm saying to you is, I promise you, Black people cannot elevate into any level of high intelligence until they get their original religion back. You will always be a, oh no, they're trying to shut me off. You will always be a step behind. And so how those Indians were white that Columbus saw, he saw Black people and he saw white people already here. Those white people were a part of the global white slave trade. I did a documentary on it, and I wrote this book that I'm showing you on it. And whether you want it or not, you will face every line of truth in these books. There we go. Let's go back and keep cooking. We're not done. Let me show you something just for the hell of it. Let me show you something just for the hell of it. Since y'all, they want to talk about my fronts. I had so many weird people like, oh, why are you wearing that? That's not good for your mouth. Are you kidding me? See, you think I'm stupid. Gold and platinum are noble metals. It's only two other things that can do what gold and the noble metals do: water and inert gases. And since you don't know what they do, you don't need to know why I have them in my mouth. It's not even possible for you to understand that level of science. It's not even possible. So you might as well just, keep critiquing me. But let me show you. Let me show you the consistency. Let me show you the consistency. Bro, they had their mouths jeweled up. They finding mummies and preserved bodies with all types of gold and jewels and obsidian. And bro, this was a rite and a culture. Of course, it's different now, but the epic memory cannot be erased. It can't be erased. What's going to make us want to do, like, bro, nobody is rocking this like us. If they are, they just copying us. Yeah, bro, we started this shit in middle school. What are y'all talking about? Hold on, we're not done. We are not done. So I just had to drop that. That's not a part of necessarily even the presentation. I just wanted you to see that. All right. Let's go back. All right. That's fine. I want to show you the interaction between American homeland, Hispaniola, Haiti, Luqueo, and how people were being brought back and forth. This is important for you to understand. All right, so let's share. See if you can see this. Let's make that a little bit bigger. All right, from among the Chicorans, which are the people of South Carolina, who were captured. So they captured some Chicorans. They captured people in South Carolina. They brought one to Hispaniola, to Haiti. They was taking people from South Carolina and taking them to Haiti. To all you Haiti people are up here trying to say that we're Haitians, that America, ancient America is the Haiti Empire, bro, y'all need to sit y'all ass down somewhere, bro. Y'all don't read nothing. They brought one to Hispaniola, a youth about 15 years old who, being instructed in the faith, was baptized and called Franciscus. And from the name of his country received the surname Chicoranus. So Franciscus the Chicoranus tells you he was Franciscus from South Carolina. While the business of the colony was delayed, I often saw and spoke with this Franciscus Chicoranus, who was intelligent and not unskilled in speech, though clumsy in tongue, as all Spaniards say of them. This alien, after obtaining license for the voyage, equipped his fleet and returned to these regions, taking Franciscus with him as an interpreter. He says the land is exceedingly fertile, that the Chicorans live long, and that they are of fine shape and aspect. They are healthy, and their air is clear and wholesome. They sow maize, corn, the grain that the islanders call maizium, like millet in Italy, and another legume almost like peas of various kind, equal in size to our beans. They also cultivate another grain called shabi, which they say is equal to millet. All right? Though I think is a kind of panaceum, a type of grass seed. No, bro, that's called quinoa. That's called quinoa. Yes, we had rice and quinoa in South Carolina, and the rice was Asian rice. It was not African rice. I already did that lecture. How do we get rice from Asia? I just showed you Asian prisoners. They also eat batatas, sweet roots, sweet potatoes. I have African people talking about y'all don't even eat nothing indigenous. Bro, I've been eating sweet potato pie since I was 5 years old to my memory. What are you talking about? We've been, bro, our whole diet is indigenous. What are these people talking about? Which grow beneath the soil and are of excellent taste, not unlike our chestnuts. They have domestic animals, deer, wild boars, hares, and birds of every kind, which they take in snares and with arrows. So I'm giving you geography. I'm giving you geography so you can understand that they were taking people between the islands, the Bahamas, South Carolina, what's now called Georgia and Florida, Haiti. They were moving people through here. So I got to say this. When FBA has that 1526 on their flag and they think that's when the first Africans were here, bro, it wasn't no Africans being brought here, bro. I will intelligently, politely debate anybody from FBA to show that 1526 date on y'all flag. Y'all gonna have to change it. If y'all want to change it and find out when the real Africans first start coming here, we can help you out. But we already got dark-skinned people with locks that's all over South Carolina and what is now Georgia, and a whole system of culture and operations here. Hold on, we ain't done yet. No. We're not done. We just starting. I don't know how long I'm going to go tonight. Let's keep going. All right, let's keep reading. All right. Let's keep going. Same material. The auditor, Lucas Vasquez, and I'm reading from all those sources that I showed you. So if you want, what those are, it's those 5 sources that I showed you. The auditor, Lucas Vasquez, a resident of Santo Domingo, and 6 others, townsmen of his, I think, left there with vessels, of which some Indians of the island of Yega and at the end of the Lecao Islands, that's Bahamas, give account to see the river and the land of Santa Helena, St. Helena. All right, so you got the island culture, Gullah Geechee. 7 leagues at the north of these is a town which, instead of pronouncing it Oritza, they who went there called it Chicora. That's a town in what is now South Carolina. And as to the other town for Guala, this is where you get the word Gullah from. The Guals or the Gullah on the coast of South Carolina and Georgia, there are no Gullah Geechee. That's Ogie and Brother Samuel, who put that documentary out. I'm going to share the link if I could pull it up real quick from my email. He did a documentary on the Gullah Geechee. Excellent documentary. I know Queen Quet. She used to come to the International Locks Conference in Philadelphia. She don't know what she's talking about. That brother's documentary body slams all of that. Oh, the Angola and the Geechee and the Africans who came here for, bro, that shit gets destroyed. I'm sorry. Completely. Yeah, he did his thing. We need more researchers who know how to research. The brother knows how to research. We got too many people who don't know how to research. That documentary should be passed to every Black person in North America. Matter of fact, let me go to my email and see if I can find it real quick, because they sent it to me. And when I watched it, bro, I was damn near in tears. Let's see if I can find it. If I can't find it, then I'll send it to y'all, at another time. Yeah, I can't see it. It's so deep. I probably get so many emails. All right, so I can't find that, but I'll share that on my page, on social media, on my social medias, so y'all can support the brother and support the exquisite level of scholarship that's beginning to develop. That's what I like, the scholarship. All right, so let's go. Let's keep going. We ain't done yet. So now we got to deal with this. We got to deal with when we start, who are the real Americans, bro? See, they talk about them having you on plantations. What you must understand is that these cotton plantations were already here. The cotton is literally in the codexes. And so now let me share so I can show you why there were so many raids by the Creek on plantations. Why were they raiding plantations? Let's show you. Let's show you. Let's show you. Fort Memes, here in Creek Indian War, the Creek Civil War, actually, took place the most brutal massacre in American history. Indians took fort with heavy loss, then killed all but 36 of some 550 in the fort. Creeks had been armed by the British at Pensacola, that's Florida, in this phase of the War of 1812. So the War of 1812 was a Creek Civil War. But let's show you the original footage and sketches. This is from 1848, but look at the Creeks. Look at them. Bruh. Look at the Creeks, bruh. Look at them. What are these people talking about? But they getting scalped, bro. He's getting scalped. He is getting scalped, bro. Give me that. Let's keep going. This is my timeline for it. August 30th, 1813, Samuel Mims Plantation, Fort Mims, Tensas District, Alabama, completely destroyed on August 30th, 1813. Over 250 settlers and militia killed, and 100 enslaved people captured. No, don't play with us like that. The enslaved people was Creeks too. You converted them to niggers. 1813, before the Battle of Burnt Corn Creek, James Cornwell Homestead, Burnt Corn Springs, Alabama, raided and burned by Peter McQueen's warriors prior to the Battle of Burnt Corn Creek. September 1813, John Sinquefield Plantation, Clark County, Alabama. Alexander McGivory Plantation. Plantations belonging to this prominent mixed blood Creek family were targeted for embracing America. No, the mixed Creek were the Iroquoian implants. The Iroquoian tribes created the Cherokee and a fake group of Creek. When we're talking about the Chicora in 1520 something, there was no fake Creek. They wasn't even here. And the few that were in Mexico or out west enslaved, or on one of the islands enslaved. William Weatherford Plantation, Alabama River. Though Weatherford was a Red Stick leader, his property was caught in the crossfire and swept by American forces. Zachariah McGurk Plantation. Look at all these plantations getting raided. Following the major victory at Fort Mims, the Red Stick, why do they call them Red Stick? Do you even know? Systematically razed the surrounding countryside. They plundered storage houses, destroyed agricultural crops, and slaughtered more than 5,000 heads of cattle to completely break the economic infrastructure of the American Allied settlers. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? See, there's a difference between Haudenosaunee and Iroquois, even though we don't know it. The real confederation in the north was the Shawnees. This is the black. The Delaware. The Miami. All of these groups in the Ohio Valley. Stretching up to New York. The Mohawk. The Seneca. Oh, I'm about to show you some crazy stuff, bro. Let's go. Y'all see me sharing this stuff online, but I got to go further. Let me go more. I'm warming up right now, literally. Now, I do want to implement this discussion because this part is important. Matter of fact, let me go here. Now y'all want to, well, how did these black people from Europe bring white people to America? Y'all seen me share this before? Y'all seen it. I'm about to show you. Take a look. Read it and weep, bruh. These are black Europeans, Vikings. And look who's rowing. Look who's rowing. Look at the brothers. Look at them with the Dinker symbols. This is what a Viking looked like. Yes, they sold European slaves to us in the Caribbean. This is why Christopher Columbus saw all these white people here. This is why you go to the Yucatan in the Temple of Warriors and you see, oh, it's white folk. You can't even go in the Temple of Warriors. You're not allowed to go in anymore. And to back up the visual, let's go. Let me put the quote, let me put the source for the last photo in there because I want to source everything. I'll put it in the comments. Here's the source for the last photo. I'll put it on Instagram too. Look at the source for the last photo. I got all the sources right there. You see it? All right. Now let me go to the literature so I can show you that these black Europeans were in black people. And your last names are not what you think they are. Then I'm going to take Thomas Jefferson and Sally Hemings and prove my motherfucking point. Because her name was Sally Hemings after her black European father and her indigenous Appomattox mother. Her grandparents were not from Africa. You will not find Sally Hemings, Elizabeth Hemings, or her grandmother coming on no damn ships. They lived in Virginia, bro. They was a part of the Powhatan Confederation. And the Appomattox was one tribe. All right, so let's stop this. Oh, yeah, we about to, listen, they're not getting away. Let's go. Who was in Scotland, Ireland, and England in this time period? Let's go. So let's pull up this slide. Here you go. A description of the western lands of Scotland. Well, let's see what it says. And I think this is from, I forget the brother's name on TikTok. I forgot. Anyway, Western Islands of Scotland. The natives here are very well proportioned, being generally black of complexion and free from bodily imperfections. They speak the Irish language and wear the plaid bonnet as other islanders. Shots fired. Let's keep reading. Black in Suffolk, Blackamanus, Swartingas, and others at Lincoln. The invasion of the coast of the British Isles by Vikings of a dark or black complexion rests on historical evidence which is too circumstantial to admit of doubt. What? It's not too. In the Irish annals, the black Vikings are called Dub Genti, or black Gentiles. Let's keep reading. Can we see? Let's see if we can get close in here. Advertisements for runaway slaves occasionally contain information which sheds light on racial terms. The term mulatto is sometimes used for persons whose background cannot be documented, but very often American ancestry is specifically indicated. In the following examples from Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina, references to Americans held as slaves will also be included along with those specifically using the term mulatto. Amos. Now, what mulatto originally meant, not what anybody believed. It did not mean white people mixing with black people or white people mixing with Indians. It meant Moors and dark-skinned American Indians mixing together. Now you need to understand the construct of the word. When I said that the first Latino were black people from America, people got mad at me. But I showed the primary sources. Amos, a mulatto man slave, he is about 6 feet high with broad face and shoulders, has bushy hair, and is a native of this country. Also, he has the countenance of a Madagascar. Madagascar is on the coast of Africa, bro. What are you talking about? Runaway from Somerset County, Maryland, a tall, slim mulatto man, slave, looks much like unto an Indian and will endeavor to pass for such. Had with him a striped Indian match coat. Runaway, a dark mulatto man slave manual. Why? What's a dark mulatto? So you got different shades of mulatto. Mulatto itself don't mean a shade. Named Manuel, about 5 feet 9 inches high, 30 years of age, and has bushy hair. He has been used to go to the water, has much the appearance of a sailor, and is a tolerably good shoemaker. He was born in the Spanish West Indies, speaks Spanish fluently. Ran away from Cumberland, a mulatto man named Jim, who is a slave but pretends to have a right to his freedom. His father is as an Indian of the name of Cheshire, and very likely will call himself James Cheshire or Chink. He also long black hair resembling an Indian's. Now you think long black hair means Tonto. Indian hair was locks, bro. I proved it from the first slide that I shared. Runaway from Amelia County, a Negro man of the town of the name Tom, of a yellowish complexion, much the appearance of an Indian. His hair is of a different kind from that of a Negro's, rather more of the Indians. All right, so he put that there, but partaking of both, which though short, he frequently ties behind. Runaway from Cumberland, a mulatto man slave named Sancho, absconded with him a white servant woman. So he took the white slave woman with him. I expect they will change their names and endeavor to pass for husband and wife as free people. Runaway from Butte County, North Carolina, a slave named Charles of the Indian breed. Runaway from Amherst County, a Negro fellow named Ben. He used the name John Savage on the previous flight and has an Indian woman for his wife, who some time ago lived in Gooch Land. And I didn't read. Runaway with a Negro fellow named Fortune, a wench named Aminta, has much the look of an Indian, and is so, her mother having been brought from the Spanish Main to Rhode Island, has long black hair. They were brought from Rhode Island. All right, let's come out of that. Now I want to show you. Now I want to show you this. Let's go straight to, let's go straight to the origins of these names. Because people tripping over these names. I'm like, bro, what y'all tripping over? What y'all tripping over? These ain't no slave names. These ain't no slave names. No, no, no. Hold on. These ain't no slave names. Let me show it. Jacobites. Who are the Jacobites? The Jacobites were the Stuarts. Yes, King James and his descendants were black. This is what the war in Scotland, Ireland, and Great Britain was all about. Later, you get Oliver Cromwell and the parliamentarians who come, and these are the amalgamated Slavs who came into Britain. You had the monarchy, which is Charles II, a descendant of King James, and they wanted to keep the monarchy. The monarchy was black. The parliamentarians who wanted to change the monarchy and suspend the monarchy are the Slavic people who were integrated into the society. A description of the 150 rebels which Mr. Smith took at Lisbon. So this is a capture of a ship. Look at it. Let's look at it. Brown. Brown complexion. Black. Brown. Let's keep going. Look at all this, bro. Look at these names. Anybody named Campbell? Anybody named Cameron? Anybody named Edwards? Gordon? Grant? Johnson? Kennedy? McLean? McPherson? McIntosh? McLeod? McGillis? McDougal? Robertson? Smith? Keep going. Brown? Dunbar? Stewart? Lackey? Look at these, bro. Look at all these dark skinned names. Mill? Grant? Reed? Lawson. Henderson. Bowie, like David Bowie. Campbell. McDonald. Jackson. Bruh. Hume. There was an Edinburgh writer, George Hume, age 30, marked as a black man whose color would no doubt suit the West Indies. What are we talking about? Slave names. I learned that when I was in the Nation of Islam. Oh, you got the last name and you got to put an X on your last name because you got the surname of the slave master. That's not putting down the teachings. That's just to let you know you're wrong. You're wrong. See, this is about being unbiased. This is about not being a cult follower. We're not here to do none of that. Now we really, y'all want to do I'll do this one. I don't mind doing this one. Shoot, I don't mind doing this one real quick. Because they want to argue with me about George Washington. Like, okay, you want to argue with me? All right, okay. All right. I'm just going to share what I know. George Washington, a biography by Douglas Southall Freeman. And what does it say? When Colonel was returning from the visit to General Shirley in Boston, Loudon consequently asked Kennedy, this is Kennedy, David Kennedy, who was an eyewitness to look at George Washington, for a description of the Virginian Washington, said the captain was a man about 6 feet high, of a black complexion with black hair, which he then wore in a bag. Looks like a foreigner, a strong man. God damn it, the history of George Washington that you have is not the real history. I'm sorry. This is an eyewitness person who recorded this in their journals, and this author, as a second-hand source, is quoting the first-hand source. What are these people talking about? You need to blow it up? You see it? Black complexion. Bruh, these people know what they saw. These people know what they saw. Argue with your pretendian friends, Afrocentrics. I don't care what you believe about history. But I'm going to make sense out of it, though. It's not, these are not just random things that we want to make sense out of it, and we're about to. What are they talking about? What are these people talking about? They don't know what they're talking about. That's the secret. They don't know what they're talking about. The Afrocentric scholars, they don't know what they're talking about. They have no idea what they're talking about. Let me prove it. Let me prove it. Let me prove it. Oh, we about to go to the most notorious one of all. Hold on. We need to. Oh, now we about to cook. Now you about to get cooked for real. Dred Scott and Harriet Robinson were not Africans. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me stop this one. I'm going to go back to the Thomas Jefferson one, then come back to this one. Let me go to the Thomas Jefferson one. Let me go to the Thomas Jefferson one. Because that one will set the stage for this one. Then you'll understand why I'm talking about Dred Scott like this. Let me go to Thomas Jefferson. So here we have from an interview two folk that are descendants of Thomas Jefferson. One is a brother and one is not. So now we're going to have to rectify this the proper way. What I'm about to show you is going to prove those three things I said to you. Knowing your religion, knowing the importance of the relationship between man and woman, and knowing the science of sex, eugenics, and planning children. Ha ha ha. Here we go. Here we go. This is how it looks. Thomas Jefferson married Martha Wales and had children by her, and Sally Hemings and had children by her. Sally Hemings' mother is Elizabeth Hemings, who John Wales is right here, right? But John Wales, Elizabeth Hemings, and Sally Hemings have a unique history. And there go your boy right there, the one who was obsessed with Indian mounds and Indian languages and Indian. Nigga that got some Indian yoni and went crazy. So let me show you how to kill him with genealogy. Let me show you how to kill him with genealogy. Let me show you how to kill him with genealogy. Now, just because somebody black don't mean they're on your team, but it is important for you to know that for the context of history to show you why they got changed. So Thomas Jefferson was a white British subject until he revolted. John Wells was a right British subject. Where does the name Hemmings come from? It came from a black European soldier named Colonel Hemmings, who had the child Elizabeth by Parthenia, the Appomattox princess. They were kidnapped during the Anglo-Powhatan Wars by the Epps family. Elizabeth was sold to John Wells. John Wells had two daughters, one white and one Indian. He married both of the daughters to Thomas Jefferson. Now, see, when you get to look at how Sally Hemings became Thomas Jefferson's woman, why John Wells gave both of his daughters to Thomas Jefferson, then you start understanding what these white folks was doing. But let's look at the history. Why is her name Parthenia? You can't explain it. Somebody's going to say that's Greek. Wrong. That's the idea. It's Algonquian. And I'm going to show you Algonquian so that you don't call me a liar. Algonquian is a Punic and indigenous mixed language. It is language from the Moors and from Aboriginals. It is not exclusively American. And the people around you don't know this because they don't study. But, we study. We study a lot. Let me go back. I'm going to come back to that. Let me share this real quick. Let me share this Algonquian script so you'll know what it actually is, because you don't know. These people are not speaking Algonquian. This is Algonquian right here. Algonquian is a Punic language. And when you say Punic and you talk about the children languages of Punic, Greek, Arabic, Amazigh, Nabatean, Hebrew, they're all children of that language. This is from Dr. Barry Fell, Harvard University. Y'all know I did translation work for the Epigraphical Society. This was back in the 2000s. Y'all wasn't even around, bro. I was cooking these motherfuckers way back in 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ancient Arabic script and vocabulary of the Algonquian Indians. Barry Fell, Agassiz Museum, Harvard University. While examining the Algonquian materials in the Peabody Museum collection at Harvard University, my attention was drawn by Mr. Joseph Germano to an old birch bark manuscript labeled as the Cree origin, carrying two horizontal lines of script, lettered in black. The script I was mystified to observe is that of an ancient Arab city of Palmyra in Syria, a rival of Rome, totally destroyed by the Emperor Aurelianus in 272 AD. The script found on the steles in the ruins of Palmyra was deciphered in the modern times, and it seems inconceivable that any Cree Indian could have become acquainted with it a century ago when the birch bark text was written. I therefore made an investigation of the matter. Modern, all right, this is the modern alphabet we use, Palmyran, and Creek and Ojibwe. So now, all right, I'm glad you mentioned in the Gaelic. You got to mention the Gaelic and the Ogham. Because the Gaelic and Ogham go back to where? Where do they go back to? Indigenous Black Europe, Scotland, Ireland. Oh, hold on. We're going back to that Parthenia because I got to show you why her name was Parthenia. It's Algonquin. Ain't nobody from Africa coming with no damn name Parthenia. Hold on. But I got to show you the slaves who spoke Gaelic. So, of course, they're going to interpret this as the slaves learned Gaelic from their masters, but which ones? Show us. I dare you. The Gaelic-speaking slaves of the 18th century America. Ha! So they got all this stuff about their theory about how it went, but no. This is very simple. So now they it's confusion in this article, of course, but I just wanted you to see it. There's whole histories written about the slaves who spoke Gaelic. Nah, bruh. No. They're not going to get away with that. They're not going to get away with that. So now let's go back to Parthenia. Let's go back. Because you got to understand why Sally Hemings' grandmother's name is Parthenia. All right. So put everything in context. Look at the time period that we're in. This is during the time of the Revolutionary War, etc. So this is the lineage. Parthenia and Colonel Hemings made Elizabeth Hemings. Now the reason why this is important because Elizabeth was sold to John Wells by a family called the Epps family. And when I show you the Epps family and how they got their plantation during the Anglo-Powhatan Wars. The Epps family. So the Epps family gives Elizabeth to John Wells. Now the reason why this Black European soldier is so important is because the American Aboriginals of the South were allying with Great Britain against the United States or the forming United States or the British subjects who rebelled. And we had differing groups who allied with them and some who were against them, these newly formed British subjects who wanted to be free. It was a controversy. But the tribes in the South was allying with Great Britain. And so the soldiers were found in Virginia and all these other places. That context is vital to understanding the demographic of what we're explaining. For instance, in 1779, the Creek fought against American forces who brought 500 free persons of color from Haiti. I put that in a video, and now the Haitians got mad at me because I exposed the fact that Haiti allied with the forming body politics from the 13 colonies to fight so-called Black Indians, our ancestors in the South. But the question is, where did the Epps family get Elizabeth Hemings from? They say Elizabeth was the child of a slave named Parthenia. The Epps family had 6 slaves, and they were considered one of the largest plantations in Virginia. I'm about to show you all this through evidence. So Elizabeth Hemings was the daughter of Parthenia and Colonel Hemings, a Black European soldier. In fact, Colonel Hemings tried to come back and steal Elizabeth, but they moved her to another place. They knew how important she was, and they knew what they was about to do. They were about to breed with our women. John Wells then has Elizabeth Hemings, and he has a daughter called Sally Hemings. Why is her name not Sally Wells? Huh? Why is her name not Sally Epps? Huh? Why did she take the European name of her black European father? And then what did they do? They brought the white daughter and the black daughter and married them both to Thomas Jefferson. This is an ancient tactic. It's called the bastardization of a race, and it was developed in the Byzantine era. I'm going to do a whole separate writing on this alone to destroy the belief, because some of the children, the descendants, the black descendants of Thomas Jefferson believe that they're African. They believe that Sally Hemings is African with no proof. Now let me go to Dred Scott, because this is a part of a theme that I'm showing you now. This is them Africanizing us. Thomas Jefferson wanted to Africanize us because he was the one that started the Barbary War that led to the War of 1812. The Barbary War, when you hear the military song from the shores of Montezuma, from the banks of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, that's the native song. They're talking about from North American indigenous territory, Montezuma, to the shores of Tripoli, the Moorish Empire. They're talking about the Aboriginal Empire and the Moorish Empire, and now they're saying we want to defeat it. And in order to defeat it, we have to do something. We have to tell these people that they are from somewhere else. Because when we came here, they had a war already going on with a group of people who were Eurasian and white before we got here. Y'all can't learn American history. It's illegal. You can't learn it. Dred Scott. Let's talk to you, Dred Scott. Dred Scott and Harriet Scott, or Harriet Robinson. Let's talk. Let's talk. First off, let me show my sources. Let me show my sources. So now what am I about to read? Oh, I'm about to read something very interesting. Let me go to my other email. So I put it over here. There we go. All right. Who is Major Lawrence Taliaferro? Who is it? Lawrence Taliaferro, whose characteristic account of his career as who? Indian agent at Fort Snelling. So this is the Indian agent at Fort Snelling. Mr. Taliaferro remained as Indian agent at Fort Snelling a period of almost 21 years, being reappointed 6 times by different presidents and resigning at last. 6 presidents put this man as the Indian agent at Fort Snelling in the territory, which was not even American states yet. All right. This is his autobiography. All right. So let's read his autobiography, because there are people trying to play games with me. You're not about to play games with me. Page 234 and 235, I know how to read. In order to enforce morality as far as practical, being the highest officer at the post, he induced many traders with growing what? Indian families to legitimize their children by marriage. There being no minister in the country, Taliaferro, he officiated as justice of the peace. So he was the Indian agent and the justice of the peace, and united many among them. And he's about to list these Indian families that he was the justice of the peace for. Oliver Crock to Miss Graham. James Wells to Miss Graham, daughters of Duncan Graham. Alpheus R. French to Mary Henry of Ohio, closing the union of Dred Scott with Harriet Robinson, my servant girl, which I gave him. The only colored woman purchased was by Alexis Bailey of Major Garland. So Alexis Bailey of Major Garland was the only colored woman purchased. Huh? Wait a minute. Dred Scott and Harriet Robinson are with an Indian agent at Fort Snelling. He's telling you he's bringing together Indian families to legitimize themselves by marriage, and he married Dred Scott and Harriet Robinson. Keep in mind, Harriet Robinson's name is Robinson, not Teleferio. This is a common theme for a person that has both indigenous and Black European ancestry, or who adopted a name of another European, which is where Dred Scott got his name from, because Dred Scott's name is Sam. And they are both from Virginia. Hold on. We're not done. We are not done, bro. I'm about to cook the shit out of these people, bro. They're going down, bro. So look at who he has on his list. Look at these people. That's Harriet Robinson right there. So the point that I'm making is twofold. She was called a part of an Indian family by an Indian agent at a fort who was put in by 6 presidents. That means they all knew him. That also means they all knew her. I'm going to tell you how. Next, she was free. What the fuck is we fighting the Supreme Court for if you're free? Next, slaves did not have a civil marriage with a justice of the peace. It was illegal. So they're getting married. They're not slaves. They're free. Oh, let's just show the original handwriting, bro. That's her name right there. Harriet on the list. This is the original writing. Now let me go back because I got a lot to say. I got all my notes right here. So where did Dred Scott get the name Scott from? I'm going to show you where he got it from. He got it from this man right here, Major General Winfield Scott, the most notorious general, one of the most notorious generals during the War of 1812 and the Civil War. General Winfield Scott was at Fort Snelling, the same place that Taliaferro was. And Dred named himself this. I'm about to show you. Hold on. Let me find it. So I'm showing this because I want you to see the chain of custody. Dred Scott was allegedly enslaved to the Blow family. Then he allegedly got sold to Emerson. By the way, none of these documents are a part of the Supreme Court case. They never had any document ever on Dred Scott that he was sold from one owner to the next one. Not one. The exchange between the Blow family, who were from Virginia, who left Virginia and came to Alabama because David Blow fought in the War of 1812, the same Creek War that I'm talking about that we showed. Emerson allegedly bought Dred Scott, but his name wasn't Blow and his name wasn't Emerson. And when he went to court, he was fighting against Sanford. Where did he get the name Scott from? Emerson was where? At Fort Snelling. I just wanted you to see that. That's important. I'm trying to find. All right, yeah. Peter Blow, the original enslaver of Dred Scott, served as a captain in the War of 1812. A native of Southampton, Virginia, Blow fought in the War of 1812 before relocating his family and enslaved laborers, including Dred Scott, to Alabama. But his name wasn't Dred Scott. He had 6 slaves, and we got their names. And the one that you're calling Dred Scott, his name was Sam. Hold on. All right, so this is the chronology. You start off with the Blow family in Virginia. Same place Sally Hemings from. No record of you ever being sold. And the Blow family stole, I'm about to show you what the Blow family did. They got all of their land during the Anglo-Powhatan Wars. And I've shown you over and over and over that the Powhatan was identified as black. The chief, Wahun Seneca. He came with 20 other scouts, and they looking at him, they call him black, as dark as the devil in hell. But the Blow family went to Alabama, fighting in the War of 1812, fighting the Creek. They left Virginia because they were losing money. The British destroyed the commerce of the Virginians. So they started moving to Alabama, or what became Alabama. And they sold him to John Emerson. All right, I just wanted you to see that. Okay. Let's show this. Timeline of Emerson. Assistant surgeon. Then he goes to Fort Snelling. Then he went to Missouri. Then he went to Louisiana. Then he married Eliza Irene Sanford, who was the lady who had her brother try to fight in the case against Dred Scott. Did you ever read it? Eliza Irene Sanford said out of her own mouth that Dred Scott is not a slave on court testimony, but then tried to trick him to get him back into the slave state so that he could become property. But Emerson returns to Fort Snelling. Then he went with who? General Winfield Scott to fight in the Second Seminole War. Remind you, this is Florida. Major General Winfield Scott is in Florida at that war. I'm triangulating so you can see where everybody was. That's all. Nothing major here going on. All right, so now let's read a little bit more so we can get some clarity on some things. Major Winfield Scott frequented Fort Snelling, where everybody was. I just wanted you to see that. He started coming in 1824. At Fort Snelling, okay, in the settlement of the Blows estate, Sam became the property of an army surgeon named Emerson. At Fort Snelling, Sam acquired a new name, Dred Scott. Why did he call himself Dred Scott? He was naming himself after the general that was fighting the Indians, and it's mockery. Dred Scott means the dreaded Scott. The one who is fighting against the movements. Listen, Dred Scott lived during the time of Nat Turner, the Seminole Wars, the Creek Wars, and was going through East Territory. Do you think he does not know what was going on? But how did he become African? See, they set him up. I'm about to detail it. You can't fight it. You cannot fight it. You want to, but you can't. They got married. So look at what the Supreme Court did. Oh, I'm about to get him. Look at what the Supreme Court did. Let me see. All right. So one of Dred Scott's ownership mysteries concerned the date of his sale to John Emerson. It was sometime after the Blows arrived in St. Louis in 1830 and before Dr. Emerson reported to support Armstrong in Illinois, December 1st, 1833. There is no extant record of sale, although several theories have been posited. There ain't no goddamn second. There's none. They have none. They went all the way to the Supreme Court with this shit. They have no proof of sale. Look at this. There is no mention of any slaves in Emerson's Missouri estate inventory. You know what, bro? Let's keep going. I want to read the statement from Taliaferro. In the year 1835, Harriet, who is named in the second count of the plaintiff's declaration, was the Negro slave. Now, this is the courts, the district court, because it was in district court, then it got appealed to the Supreme Court. I'm trying to show you the setup. In the year 1835, who is Harriet, who is named in the second count of the plaintiff's declaration, was the Negro slave. When did Taliaferro call her a Negro slave? As a matter of fact, he refused to call her a colored or a Negro slave. She was considered an Indian, and she wasn't a slave. In his estate, she is one of 21 people who were freed. She's not a slave. They took it all the way to court and made her a Negro slave, knowing she was a free Indian. But the problem was, by then they already had the masquerading Basque Eurasian types filling in the seats for the tribes. Major Taliaferro, who belonged to the Army of the United States in that year, 1835, said Major Taliaferro said Harriet to Fort Snelling, a military post situated as hereinbefore stated, and kept her there as a slave until the year 1836, and then sold and delivered her as a slave, I should say, at said Fort Snelling unto Dr. Emerson. This did not even happen. This is the statement of facts in a federal court. Y'all think them isolating us in courts and writing up some bullshit just started? The whole Dred Scott case is fake. She wasn't even a slave. And Dred Scott is never recorded in any exchange as property. And they both got married, which is illegal for slaves by a justice of peace. Do you understand the legal and historical argument I am presenting to you? The most devastating case in the history of indigenous Black America is fake. There was no need for no goddamn 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. I'm about to show you even more. I'm just starting. Wait a minute. At the Supreme Court level, Emerson's attorneys continued to maintain that military law was different from civil law when slave property was involved. So they're making these arguments. David Hall prepared the brief for Dred Scott. He used the same arguments that he had promoted in the lower court. Residence in a free state territory worked for the freedom of a slave, and this was a solid judicial standard in Missouri. He claimed Rachel versus Walker denied the difference between military and civil law and pointed out that when Dr. Emerson left Fort Snelling for Fort Jessup, he voluntarily left Dred Scott in a free territory, thereby working his freedom with no record on the Emerson estate that he was a slave. But Dred Scott was illiterate. So he's going higher and higher into the courts. And I'm about to show you how they set him up. This is the paper trail, bro. This is the paper trail. So let's look at this. What lawyers did they give him? Montgomery Blair was an influential American lawyer, statesman, and cabinet member who famously represented Dred Scott before the U.S. Supreme Court. He later served as U.S. postmaster under President Abraham Lincoln during the Civil War. But look at this. He was the oldest son of Francis Preston Blair, a powerful journalist and close advisor to Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson? Indian removal Andrew Jackson? Andrew Jackson, the Moor killer? Which means his father was a Democrat. And they will tell you Dred Scott's lawyer, Montgomery Blair, was a hard down Democrat who later in his life strategically switched to the Republican Party. But he was the one who introduced the argument about Negroes of African descent onto the record, which had never been a part of Dred Scott's case. Let me take a little pause right now. Because y'all, I need y'all to understand what the fuck is going on here, bro. I can stand before you and before all 9 of the Supreme Court justices and argue that their statement of facts that they received from the United States District Court, they recorded onto their notes, was fraud for both Harriet Robinson Scott and Dred Scott. The entire Dred Scott case is a fake attempt to Africanize our people. Nigga, get on here and argue with me. I'm waiting on you. Tag all of your ashy Pan-African, Afrocentric people, every lawyer that you know, tag them right now, goddammit. Tag them! Tag them! Tag them! And by the way, I see the comment section. Ain't no goddamn Paleo-Hebrew ever existed. Paleo-Hebrew is a way that they take away from the original Punic script. Hebrew is a later addition and dialect of Punic that is post-Greek. Hebrew is Greek. Ain't no damn Hebrew Indians nowhere, no kind of way. Y'all not about to drag that Jewish, Hebrew Israelite, biblical doo-doo shit over into our indigenous world. That's how we got collapsed, goddammit. That's how we got collapsed. That's my sidebar. So cut it out. Now, back to Dred Scott and Harriet Robinson Scott. She was free. It's in his autobiography. It's in his estate. It's in official papers. Why in the hell has no historian, all these black historians y'all got Henry Louis Gates, y'all had W.E.B. Du Bois, y'all had Booker T. Washington, y'all had everybody. All these academic, so-called excellent, talented 10% niggas ain't never stepped and read the Dred Scott case. Nigga, you mean to tell me it took me, and I'm not putting myself down, but I'm not a lawyer in their jurisdiction. Never was. I've been a jurist in our jurisdiction for over 20 years. I designed the Arna Aboriginal Law Firm and the jurist program and the entire curriculum of the Aboriginal program. They have to study the Dred Scott case. The Dred Scott case is fraud. There is no statute of limitations on fraud. Harriet Robinson Scott was free. It is a matter of record and fact. Dred Scott never had no slave papers. They couldn't even present it when they got to the Supreme Court or the District Court. It didn't exist. They got married by a justice of the peace who was an Indian agent who was appointed by 6 presidents. Slaves can't get married. Do you understand how they playing in your face? This is why I be on my people ass. Niggas is weak as fuck. You mean to tell me this case happened back in 1857? It's 2026, and not one nigga read the notes from the case and did research? It took somebody who was in jurisdiction, who operates the institution, who we have the time to study in order to do that. See, you can't take no baton if you're not in the race, nigga, and you're not in the race. And I'm about to delete all you Hebrew motherfuckers out of my chat. I don't like you. I don't want you around. You are a motherfucking op. Goodbye. Yes. I'm going through now. We can take a little break while I delete all the motherfucking Hebrews. He said Hebrew came way before Greek. You want to come on? You want to come on and prove it? Come on. Who is this? Monster Hunter PV. You said Hebrew came before Greek. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Bring your ass up in here. Bring your ass up in here. I'm going to let you speak. You can present anything you want. I'm not going to cuss you out. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm just prove that you don't know what you're talking about, sir. There you go. Link in the chat. Let's go back down. Anybody want to come? I'm done with the lecture part. I'm about to kill some Hebrews right now. Let's go. I'm Hebrew hunting. Link in the chat. Bring your ass up in here. And you can show a PowerPoint. I will give you 5 minutes to prove that Hebrew came before Greek. Then I'm going to academically body slam you. Come on. Come on up in here. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all. I'm absolutely tired of you niggas. I am after you, as a matter of fact. I am after you. Bring your Hebrew self up in here. Come on. Where y'all at? Link is in the chat. Hey, I'm going Instagram too. I don't care who is in here. Anybody talking about Hebrew Israelites was American Indians. Hebrew is a language here. Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew. I'm come on in. Come on in. Come on in. If you on Instagram and you believe in this Hebrewism, I'm about to bury it. I got time tonight. I'm sick of you motherfuckers. I'm sick of you motherfuckers. Like I am sick of you motherfuckers. Come on in. Come on. Bring your asses in here. We already proved the Dred Scott case was fake. We already proved everything that we want to prove tonight. We know we're the original Americans. You can't bring genetics. You can't bring nothing to disprove the fact of who we are. I don't care what scholar you have amongst the pretendians, amongst the Afrocentrics, the Pan-Africans. I don't care where you go. Come on. Bring your ass in here. Look at us. Look at us. Look, you see this comment? Fuck you. I am not about unity with weird motherfuckers. I am not about unity with ops. I don't even know you. I don't even know what type of code you live by. I don't give a fuck about nothing in your life whatsoever. I care about the people who are on code, who want to get some shit popping, who want to protect their families and their future, who are unbiased in their study and arrive at conclusions based on a sound mind. Fuck having unity with your ass. Matter of fact, come on. Oh, negative energy. You see how they playing this now? This is that kumbaya, Jesus, Catholic Church, Pentecostal, baptism shit. Oh, don't be negative. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You say, I'm emotional, but I'm academic. You say I'm emotional? Come debate me. Come debate me. Come debate me. Now I'm about to show you what Hebrew really is. I'm gonna do it while you watch. You might as well leave right now because now your feelings are about to get hurt. Now your feelings are about to get hurt. I'm gonna do it while you're watching since y'all don't want to come on. I don't see nobody coming on yet. And look what book is coming from. Look at the book is coming from. Y'all gonna be mad at me for showing this. but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to show you what book I am writing this from. This is a book you can get right now. This is the book this is coming from right here. Yeah, right here. This is where we're about to show. All you Hebrews, I recommend you leave now. Since I'm emotional, let me show you how I can use my emotions to arrive at something that is very productive. See, there's nothing wrong with emotions. Emotions are an essential part of the human character. I want you to prove it. You're gonna have to prove it. You're gonna have to prove it. So let me stop this share. Let me go into the book. Now let me go into the book. Let's talk about Hebrew. What I talk about? What did you talk about, boy? You stupid. I got time tonight. We offered it. We already proved that we're original Americans. Now these Hebrews want to come up in here, but no, y'all not invited. All right. So y'all see. I'm gonna just let you start. First of all, you know what? I'm gonna cook you worse than Hebrew is after Greek. I'm gonna show you that though. I'm gonna show you. I just want you to see the outline for the people who watch the video. I'm gonna show you. But I'm gonna go to the first thing. You say you're a Hebrew Israelite, didn't you? Didn't you say you was a Hebrew Israelite? That's what you said. That's what you said. Where did Israel come from? Did Israel come by way of Jacob or Jacob wrestling with an angel or God and getting the name Israel? That's not what happened. The Bible is not the first place where the word Israel shows up. In fact, Israel is an epithet to the god El of the people who were in Canaan and Ebla. And to prove my point that y'all stole it and y'all whole nasty ass poison book is filled with filth, I'm going to show you. This is the Ebla Digital Archives. The word Israel occurs 18 times in the Ebla Online Digital Archives. On July 18, 2017, by the way, that's 9 years ago, I did a public lecture on the subject of Israel being documented in stone at Ebla. I recorded it and still have the live viral video footage. In it, I point out the word Israel 18 times. Since then, the Ebla Archives administrators have removed those texts. So I got proof that once they saw me teaching about this shit, they took the fucking text off of the archive. I have the live video where I'm debating a point that Garfield made, and I have the post, and I have the proof that it was in the archives. The main point is Israel had nothing to do with Jews, Hebrews, a Torah, Jacob, none of it. So let's go. Look at the post. July 28, 2000, Garfield proven wrong on Ebla tablets. So this is the mentions of Israel. Look at that. Israel. And I have the actual text where how you write Israel in Eblaite language. The photo is taken from the live 2017 lecture that I did on the subject. As you can see here from the screenshot from the video, I am showing the 18 times that Israel is mentioned in the archives. I gave the text location for each mention. So Israel means the protection of El. And look at El. El ain't no goddamn Hebrew God. Look at him. Right, he wearing Egyptian regalia. So the very people y'all said yourself, you freed yourself from, y'all God is the God of those people. Oh my God. Now let me show you the video. I'm not done. And I'm coming back to this point. I'm coming back to the point of Hebrew and Greek. You are not Israel. No, you're not. Now let me show you the video. Let me show you the video now. Let me show you the video now. Let me show you the video. Hold on. I dealt with this so many times. I'm looking at all this. I got so many videos on this shit. It's crazy. All right, so let's go back to 2017. So give me a minute. I've been debating this shit. Let me see. This is me debating Ron Divine Prospect back in 2015, bro. Black people are hard-headed, bro. And y'all, and many of you actually hate the truth, and that's okay. We don't even need you. We don't need you. Like, I'm stressing, we do not need you. Let me find this video. Come on, y'all. Show me the video. It's in my thread somewhere. I'm putting the search on. All right, let me put this in the search. Let me put his name in the search. Where is this video? I have it on my computer if I can't find it on my Facebook. Ain't no damn ancient Hebrews, nothing, nowhere. All right, so I'm gonna have to find it on my computer. While I'm looking for that, matter of fact, I'm just gonna get my AI to search it for me. Come on, find it for me.
Yo, you on mute, Ali. Ali, I can't hear you.
The goddamn legend himself.
Hey, yo, you know what, Ali? Why are you up here trying to prove something to these clowns? You know you're the top.
Hey, look. Hold on. Let me show you something. You remember when me and Garfield was arguing about this shit?
Yeah.
All right, so let me show you. Hold up.
Got the whole video.
Look, I got the video. This is the video. So in the video, let me go to the part where this is me on the Ebla. The reason why this is important, because I need y'all to see how crazy white people are when they find out we find the truth. On the archives, you can see in this video, I'm gonna play it. The information is on there. If you go to the archives now, they snatch all that shit off. Watch this. So, I'm gonna show you where I am. All right, let me show you where I am. I'm on the Ebla archives. This is 9 years ago. Got kind of a glow right here. Let me show you. I'm on the Ebla archives. Let me go home to the home page. All right, so I'm on the Ebla digital archives. All right, this is the Ebla digital archives. Go on. Ebla digital archives. This is the actual archives that holds all the Ebla tablets all of which predate the pyramid text. They predate the pyramid text, all right? And so this is not Giovanni Pettinato. This is not another author. This is the first-hand research, the actual documents themselves. This is not speculation. This is first-hand research. All right, so let me get to the part where they're showing Israel. I just want to get to it. Y'all can see this is almost 10 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
Here is the line of the text that it's in and the verses, all right? And here's the word. Look how many times the word is mentioned. Israel. Israel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I stopped at 8. My video is going in and out, doing his little tricks. But y'all see what I'm trying to say. The archives, let me take this down because I got the elder on and I want to make sure I show my big bruh some respect. Bruh, I'm trying to tell these goddamn Hebrews, bruh, to leave me alone, bruh.
Yo, Ali, you already know we got all the proof. We got the archive. You came through smashing everybody, all of them, every Hebrew. I've never seen a Hebrew defeat you, brother. You know better than that.
No, but they came into my chat. I was almost done with the lecture, and I wasn't going to let them get away. Because
they don't want no real smoke now.
They believe what they believe. Now what I want to show them is that Hebrew is Greek. Because they was here talking, they're here talking about Hebrew comes before Greek. Hebrew was here before Greek, Paleo Hebrew, bro. That shit is made up. I'm about to show them.
Damn.
That shit is made up. All right, so let me bring the book, The White Man Who Wrote the Bible. I know y'all mad about that one. Y'all don't even want to hear that shit. We ain't talking about the white man wrote the Bible. The white man didn't write the Bible. The Bible was written by a black man. All right. But in the Bible, and I'm going to show this too after I show the Greek, in the Bible, Solomon's wife is apologizing for being dark-skinned, for being black. Then they got the nerve to call David and Solomon white and ruddy.
Right.
Like prophets is white. And then the Hebrews be on the side of the street talking about Song of Songs, first chapter, 5th verse, read, and he was black. No, that was not talking about Solomon, but that was talking about his wife, and she was apologizing for it. I'm waiting on it. I put this shit in the chat for them to come in here. They don't want to come in.
They ain't stupid. They not dumb.
All right, so let me show that, and then I'm going to jump on the Hebrew. Let me show that quote, because y'all, hey, they be reading this quote, bro. They be reading this quote like, hey, this is straight from God. Solomon was black. Bro, Solomon was not black. In the Bible. Now, if y'all got some other proof somewhere else, y'all need to prove it. But let me show you, and I'm going to break it down real quick. Here we go. Let me show you. All right, they use Jeremiah 14, 1 through 5, and they use Song of Solomon. Let me get the right verse. I want to make sure I don't want to mess up nothing. Let me get the exact verse from Song of Solomon. Here we go. Man, hey, listen. Y'all should have never came in my chat. I ain't even dealt with Hebrews in so long. I don't even know why y'all came in my chat like that, bro.
They probably still mad from years ago.
All right, let me find this joint because it's on this page, right? All right, there go my Jeremiah. But I want to get this exactly as it's stated. And then I know they come with all the tricks. Oh, then the Ethiopian Bible. We can hit you with that one too. That shit is not old. All that shit is recent and made up. And you Muslims better not come in here either. You know, I was in the nation for all this time, bro. Y'all get cooked too. Hold on 1 second. Gotta pull up all my notes. I wasn't expecting to do this, but y'all making me do it, so let me pull up my notes. Matter of fact, let me do my little search. I'm on a PDF, so it'll come up. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, so I'm on page. If y'all follow me, I'm on page 247 of The White Man Who Wrote the Bible. All right, and let me show it. If y'all got this book, then y'all can follow along with me. But if you ever purchase the book, because I sold a lot of those books, you'll see. All right, so here we go. This is what how long ago did I write this book? I don't even know. I have heard many Hebrew Israelites use the Song of Solomon, 1st chapter 5 verse, to say that Solomon was black. This is an absolute lie. The verse is a discussion from Solomon's wife. She is apologizing for being black and blaming the sun and her work in the vineyard. So here it is. This is what they be reading. So now when you hear the Hebrew Israelites, come on now, everybody that's been out on them corners when they hear this verse, they be like, read, I am black. Read, I am black. Read, I am black, but comely. And they don't even keep reading. But I'm going to read the whole thing so you know exactly what is being said. Song of Solomon, 1st chapter, verses 4 through 6. Here we go. Draw me, we will run after thee. The king have brought me. So the king is Solomon, have brought me into his chambers. The me is the wife. We will be glad and rejoice in thee. We will remember thy love more than wine. The upright love thee. I am black, but comely. O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar. I mean, is she real black? As the curtains of Solomon. Then she says, look at this. Look not upon me because I am black. Meaning, don't look at me because I'm black. Because the sun have looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards. So she basically saying, I done went out in the sun and got this black. Don't look at me. It's because of this. She blaming the sun. Just in case anybody, because I know I got Hebrew scholars in here, and y'all want to argue the language, let's look at it. Let's look at the freaking language. As we can see here, the adjective is feminine singular and is discussing her skin, the blackness. Solomon never was called Sahur anywhere in the Bible. The word for black, when you talk about somebody's skin, is Sahur. Neither was David, Adam, or any of the prophets called black in the Bible. I challenge anyone. I will give you $1,000 for every time you can show me they were called Sahur. You in the chat? You talking? Come get the money. I will give you $1,000. Now, I'm gonna just show you that it ain't never happened. This is what you need to see. It never happened. So let me show you that they call these motherfuckers white. Look. Here is what Song of Solomon had to say about Solomon, chapter 5, verse 10. My beloved is white and ruddy, the chiefest among 10,000. Bro, where y'all Hebrews at? Solomon's wife apologizing for being black, and Solomon is called white in this book that y'all are pushing forward as the savior and the solution for black people, and trying to prove that indigenous people over in this land was Hebrews. Man, y'all niggas is crazy. Now let me go to the Hebrew is Greek thing. I ain't done with you. I ain't done with you. Hold on. Let me get to my Hebrew is Greek thing. Because y'all ain't getting away tonight. I ain't letting y'all away. There's too much scholarship in this book. Here we go. From our research, the Septuagint appears to be a creation of the Eastern Orthodox Church and the Abbasis. Yes, I'm saying the Arabs wrote the Bible. Y'all gonna argue with me? Y'all will get destroyed. The Bible was first written by Arabs. Not black Arabs. Pale Arabs. Abyssins. It was in full circulation during the time of Al-Taib and became the basis of the Leningrad Bible. So the truth of history is that a Greek copy of the Bible gave way for a Hebrew version to be made, not the other way around. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. Because I know a lot of people believe that, Hebrew text was first and the Greek came second. No, it's actually the other way around. Here is Joseph Yehuda. Hebrew is Greek. If you never read this, you ain't going to defeat me in this argument. This is a double encyclopedia reference showing the origin of all Hebrew words from Greek words. And what I'm telling you is that it's all from Punic, and Punic was a script that was written from Medu Neter. So y'all got the third, fourth hand dialect from a bunch of hybrids. Hold on. I ain't gonna just talk about it. Let me scroll down so I can prove it. So, here you go. All of these tables right here would just destroy y'all anyway. Hold on, let me go back up. There we go. Boom, boom. Let me find the lineage of these languages in here. Hold on. That's not it. I want to show you the here this I got a whole chapter on this, bro. I want to show you the Punic that all of it comes from, though. Let me see if I can find those little charts, because that'll help you see it. There we go. All right. So the language that they give for this first is Proto-Sinaitic inscriptions. All right. Here are some examples of the oldest Afro-Asiatic script. The 3 pages below, taken from William Foxwell Albright's The Proto-Sinaitic Inscriptions and Their Decipherment, published at Harvard Theological Studies, 22nd, published at Cambridge by the Harvard University Press. So they have this manuscript or this epigraphy, and it's showing the alphabet. And then what they do is they just take it and they table it. So here you have phonetic value. All right, this is the alphabet that we use right now in the left-hand column. Let me back this out a little bit so it won't be so blurry. All right, then you have the forms that came from the glyphs. You have Northwest Semitic, Early South Semitic, and last names, etc. Now, when you look at this, Proto-Sinaitic is where you get Punic from Carthage with people like Hannibal. Ain't no Hebrew in existence yet. None of this is ancient Hebrew, bro. This is the alphabet that comes from Proto-Sinaitic, which came then to Punic, which came then to Greek, which came then later to Hebrew, Nabatean, and Arabic. Check out the alphabet. All right, so let me go back, because now, we even got it on pottery. So let me read my point. The Jews have attempted to create a language called Hebrew that never existed in antiquity. Hebrew is a bastard child of Greek, and Greek is a bastard child of Punic. And Punic is from the Proto-Sinaitic. There was never any original Hebrew Bible. It's never been found. The first mention of a name close to Jew is in the Nimrod tablet. The archaeological reference to Judah is Yadada. All right. This mention has nothing to do with Jews, Hebrews, and there was no mention of a Bible during this time. The name Iahuda shows an Egyptian Ebla linguistic connection. Ia. Like when you say Amos, it's actually Ia Mus. Ia meant the moon, is where you get the word Yah from. That's why they tell y'all got a moon god. Ia in Egyptian means moon. Y'all stole this from all these indigenous civilizations. And then ran out here and try to act like Hebrew is some mystical, godlike language, but it's not. And so this whole book has, I think, 4 different chapters. Let me show you the glyph. You see this glyph right here? Look at it. You can't even read it. This is where you get Ya, or this is the crescent, Moose, Ea Moose, where you get Moses from. Amos, Kamos, you get that from these pharaohs, bruh. And so, y'all, here go the names right here. Y'all prophets did not exist. Y'all language is not ancient. And y'all working with a made-up white man's religion, trying to tell black people y'all about to save them, man. Y'all niggas crazy. Y'all niggas is crazy, bro. Y'all niggas is crazy, bro. I don't know what's wrong. We've been teaching all this time, bro. Sinetta, you had me on the couch with Divine Prospect. You had me on the couch with all
everybody.
10 years ago, 12 years ago, and these niggas in 2026 is still pushing this bullshit. You know what it goes to show? This is why y'all can talk about white people all they want or y'all want.
Right.
They take their best scholars, their best people's information, they put it in think tanks, and they let the best information be the predominant theme or the best lie. Either way. So you can't get mad at them when you got a community of people who've been doing this fucking research for decades, and y'all niggas are still out here hollering we Hebrews, bro. In 2026, nigga. Like, bro, y'all gonna pass that shit down to y'all children.
Yep.
Shit crazy.
This is sad, man.
Yeah, it is sad, bro. It is sad. But you gotta get me back on the channel, bro. I want to come up there and cook one day.
Yeah, but hey, Ali, I would love for you to come do this show over here. The one you doing now?
Hey, bro. Hey, look, I got my own schedule.
Yeah, I know.
Me up and you tell me, I'm coming.
Okay, because
I ain't been on Sinetta in years, bro. Let me come back with a boom.
I've been calling you, but you ain't returned my call. And I seen the last show you did with King Simon.
Oh yeah. You probably don't got my new number. I need to.
Well, you got my number. Text me your number.
Yeah, I'll text it to you.
My number is the same.
Hold on, I'm gonna do it while I'm on the phone because I think I got you still saved in this phone. Tell me if you see a text. Hold on 1 second. Let me look up Sinetta somewhere in here. All right, let's see. Contacts. Yeah, I got to have you in here because I transferred these.
Call me back.
Let me see. I ain't gonna say. Let me see. I got this number. I'm gonna text the number that I got and then see if this is it.
1004 is the last number.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go back.
1004.
All right, so I got that one. Let me see. Yep, got you. All right, so I'm about to text you right now. I'm about to text you right now. You should see it come through. I just text you. You see it?
Yep, got it.
All right, so lock me in and then tell me when to come on, bro. We cooking.
Man, this is the number I got, I think. Yeah, I got this.
Oh, you got that one?
I think so, because your name popped up with it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you were sending me videos. I see these YouTubes.
Yeah, I sent you Sinjetti the other day.
On Monday.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even know this was you. Hold on.
Yeah, this is
because this is YouTube. If I show you, what it is, it don't look like messages like somebody sending YouTube. So I probably wasn't even looking at it, but I got you locked in now.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a call tomorrow, see what we can do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but go ahead. I'm just listening, man.
Hey, look, I'm done with him. I came in here to talk about some indigenous history, drop some stuff, but I'm done. I dropped the link in. They ain't want to come in. All the Hebrews was talking in the chat. They scared of me. They don't want to come in. So
yeah, they don't want no smoke, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they don't want nothing, bro. Hey, I'm about to get up out of here though. It's 11:27. I ain't eating in like 2 days. My last day of fasting is the night to tomorrow, so I'm about to get my ass some rest, bro.
All right, but real quick, what's with the new look, brother?
What new look? What's the look? Oh, the hair?
No, the beard.
I been had this beard, bro.
See, I ain't see you in a long time.
Hey, look, I had this beard for 6 years, bro.
Yeah, I didn't see you in a minute.
Yeah. I cut my hair off though. I got my whole school look, huh?
Where that clean shave brother at, man?
Oh, yeah. Hey, if y'all want the clean shave, I'll take the goatee off.
Where's the next
I rock the clean shave FOI look.
Nah, you good. You good, brother.
Indeed.
Yeah. My beard is all grayed out now. It's white.
Oh man, listen, bro.
Hey. The ladies
I got to get you on this copper supplements.
Yeah. My queen love it though. She love it. She said she like that.
Hey, it's OG energy.
Yeah, she love it. The gold tee, and she love it, man.
Indeed, bro.
Yeah. All right, brother Ali. Good to see you, man. Good to hear from you.
Salute look, you see people in the chat, they're like, oh, the legend is here.
Yo, let me tell you, I don't let anybody on my goddamn TV screen. Right. When I seen you, I put you right on the screen, bro. Anybody can't jump up on my screen, bro. I'm telling you.
We got a filtering process because the knowledge is declining, bro.
Man. It'll be a fresh air to get you back on there. So yeah, I'll talk to you, my brother. Good to see you again.
Yes,
and I'm out of here, man.
Peace, God. Yes, sir. Good seeing you, bro. All right, bro. Look, Hebrews were scared. No, nobody came to defend the pretendians are scared. We ran everybody away. I've been going for 3 hours. That's enough. I got one more day of fasting. I break my fast tomorrow, so I want to go and lay my shit down so I could get up, work out in the morning, and then have me a luxurious Friday. But salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to the legend Sonetta for coming through. Salute to all of the people in the tribe in the chat, chopping and scalping people. And I need just y'all to understand something. Despite all the comedy, despite all the theatrics, we are very serious. We're not fucking playing, bro. We have some very great things to continue to give to our community, and the people who are in the circles understand what that can look like for our children in our future. But we're up against our own people as the greatest hedge. I don't want to sound crazy, but white folks ain't messing with us, bro. They mess with us, but then again, they don't. And what I mean by that, to get you to distinguish the things that you can do on your own, schools, farms, institutions, birthing your babies at home, commerce, international commerce, commodities. Nobody is stopping you, bro. What's stopping you is the information has become the thing that you think is valuable. And information is not valuable unless it has a jurisdiction, institutions, and a place for it to develop into a culture. And we see ourselves as leading that particular thing. Once again, we got the summit coming up August 14th, 15th, and 16th. I'll put the link in the chat once again so that you can go there, get your tickets, aboriginalvillage.org. All right. And I'm going to put it on IG and all of the rest of the platforms too, so y'all can see it. All right. I don't know what happened. Maybe the Instagram? Yeah, it might have took me off. Yeah, but they got it. All right, so yeah, we want y'all to understand that we're not playing, bro. Like when it comes to these academics and the things that we're doing with commerce, we're not playing. We cannot let people, Hebrews, with foreign doctrine filter into the fact that we know our heritage now. Like we don't even need to deal with that shit no more, bro. I'm sorry. If you thought the Bible was a black book, you just found out it's not. It's sorcery, low-level sorcery. And if you're going to follow Elias Boudinot, bro, let me give you an example. When I started teaching, I believed that this is in 2001. I got lectures from when I was at the school in Philadelphia, 2001, 2002, where I was in belief of those things until I read that shit and I'm like, So you're supposed to improve with your information. Let me show you. I'm going to give you proof of me being one of the major people who was teaching that Israelite indigenous history. Let me show you. I wrote a book called Reparations Equals War. Let me show you. Let's see if I can find the book. And in the book, some of y'all, hey, look, you had to know me at least 26 years. I wrote this book back in 2001. Let me share this book with you. Let me show you how research is supposed to improve. Look at this book I wrote now. I cannot stress how important it is not to make the mistakes that people made before you. Look at this shit, bro. Reparations Equals War. This is the second book I ever wrote. Free and Unite Black People. The Nationality, Lineage, Government, and History of Indigenous Black People in America. Listen, bro. And this is an edit to the book. Let me show you. Let's see if I can find. I don't think I can find. Trying to look for something. But I'm going to show you. I was teaching that Israelite shit too. All right, so this is my edit from 2004. All right, can y'all see that? So I did an edit. I wrote this in 2001, did an edit in 2004. But let's scroll through it. Look at this. Look at me. This is me back then. Look at the websites, bro. I was still in Philly. Look at what I put here. I was teaching the same dumb shit, but this was over 20 years ago. Like, people don't even know these books exist, bro. Our people need to know their lineal connections to Israel. The ancient Israelites were not white. They were black. They have been called by many. So this is me talking about them. Africa and Discovery America. African and Native Americans, Jack Forbes. Like, look at this shit, bro. This shit is old as hell. I could not sell this book. This shit is wrong as fuck right now, bro. And I'm talking about, this is 20 years ago, bro. I was dealing with all of this shit. Y'all can't imagine. 25 years ago. Look at this. Look at this shit, bro. This is garbage right now, bro. This is me 25 years ago, bro. So I know what you're going through. You're going to lose. That's all I can say. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. So all I can say is get around people who are really, really, really structured in academia. And I'm not talking about these bullshit niggas in these institutions that is getting you in debt and then you'll barely have a fucking job when you get out. I'm talking about people who know what they're doing with curriculum. I already made the mistakes that y'all, listen, bro, I made the mistakes that y'all making right now 25 years ago, bro. Since then, I done had fucking 6 children, bro. My oldest child is 21 now. Like, man, y'all still want to be on something, but it's because you are not an organized people, and organized lies is stronger than disorganized truth. You ain't even got disorganized truth. You got disorganized lies. Organized lies is body slamming disorganized truth. That's what we're dealing with, bro. I can stand before you right now at 51 years old and go outside on my hill. And anybody who's been to my house, I live at the edge of a cul-de-sac in South Fulton. And my hill is high as hell, bro. I ran that shit 13 times the other day. And the first 5 times was barefoot. We gotta know something. We gotta know something, bro. I'm 51. I'll be 52 on my next birthday. But I will look like this when I'm 70, and then y'all motherfuckers really gonna start scratching your head. So this is about allowing the best in the proven information, code, and culture to dominate. And this is not about history. This is about making history. We could talk about ancient Aboriginal America all we want. What the fuck is we about to do right now? What the fuck is you about to do right now, nigga? You allowing too many weaknesses inside of yourself, weak people around you, weak thoughts into your brain. You need a regimen. What's going to happen when y'all can't make no more money off of YouTube, TikTok, and all? That's why I never depended on these platforms to make money. It's people who depend on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, whatever. What's going to happen when they shut your shit down, bro? What can you do? And so 2028, we'll be reopening the school. I ran a school for 7 years. But you know what I did after that? When I came back to the South, I said, I'm going to work for almost a decade, and by 10 years, I should be able to open the school. I thought I would be able to open it up by 2026, but we are already on course. So when you go to aboriginalvillage.org, I put the whole design for the school right there. And now we got all of the teachers. The teachers is in the chat. Brother Yogi is in the chat. Sister Oshaloon is in the chat. Brother Kwahu is in the chat. Sister Ty Lee, we got agriculture. We got all these people now, bro. Like we already got the whole staff for the institution because we did not play. We organized, we built Aboriginal University, we spread out the education in an organized fashion. Then these people went off and started teaching on their own and developing their own curriculums, classes, courses, dissertations. The problem is y'all ain't never had nobody serious to actually guide you, and you think you don't need guidance. Nigga, you need guidance. Every child needs a guidance. Every adult needs some guidance. Everybody needs some guidance, but the people who guide you gotta be proven. And it ain't a scam because we're sharing everything with you so you could go out and do the same thing or better. But y'all niggas is making a million fucking excuses for your life, and you know what? That's your fault. That's how you're going to write your script, and guess what? You're going to relive that shit every incarnation. I didn't say reincarnation. I said every incarnation. Matter of fact, the book is almost done. What happens to us when we die? Imagine living the same fucked up incarnation in every incarnation because you refuse to gather yourself to gain your excellence. You just want to believe what people say. We arguing with these pretenders. You think it's a joke. It's not a fucking joke. Somebody stole your whole identity, bro. Somebody stole your whole identity and is online mocking you right now. And they're using the institutions of colonization that are set up by secret societies in order to filtrate some dumb shit to you to keep you asleep. Meanwhile, they took fiber optic crystals and silicon dioxide in order for me to talk to you. But if I say crystal balls was FaceTimes, you're going to call me a pseudo. Before it's all over, and this is before I die, we'll be able to prove that every technology that has ever existed was stolen from somebody ancient or stolen from a black inventor. I'm talking about nuclear bombs. I'm talking about digital technology. I'm talking about everything that you fucking use. They can't create anything. They can copy and cosplay and steal the patent. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know what you're dealing with. And that's why you're dealing with it the way you deal with it. Ain't nobody say you got to be out here calling the white man the devil. That shit is old. Ain't nobody out here say you got to be hating people. That's on you if you do or you not. I don't care. But you are here to build family, purpose, and business. And black people are terrible at all three. Yeah, you're terrible. You're terrible at family, you're terrible at business, and you're terrible at purpose. And nobody is telling you that shit with the opportunity for remedy. So now I ain't gonna just tell you you're a terrible person. You're a terrible person. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this right here. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say this right here. This is what I'm about to say. I'm gonna say you on all kind of apps, but you're not on this app. Why you not on this app? Why you not on this app? This your whole religion right here. Your religion is the highest math that you could ever freaking have. This is your religion. This is your religion. This is your religion. So yeah, I can put my birthday in right now. And I can tell you in physics that the birthday is the moment of observation. It generates space-time, not the other way around. Y'all don't understand. Like, we're about to take over the fucking world, bro. Say what you want to say. I can walk you down and tell you what's going on every day. And these are ancestral. This is what white people took from us. And they made tarot and all kind of bullshit. And we got the real shit here for y'all to study. Put that shit in an app. You know how long it took me to do this? I cracked me some Hoppe and I did this shit in 2 weeks. I have been telling brothers to make the app, because I got a lot of shit going on. You know what I'd be like? Y'all niggas don't want to make the app? Fuck it, I'll do it. I'll do the shit. Because we can't wait. And so all we're saying is, ain't nobody asking you to talk like me in the public. You don't got to do all that. You have to be more strategic. But I can get in and talk my shit because I don't work for nobody and I never will. Never. Because once you get your birthright, once you develop your purpose and stay in it, ain't nobody can stop you. Nobody. Y'all always hear people say, no one can stop you but yourself. Shit. A lot of people can stop y'all. The only time when no one can stop you but yourself is when you know your purpose and you develop your purpose. That's when you can say that. You're not even qualified to say that shit yet until you put in some fucking work. And so nobody can call me lazy. Nobody, they can say they don't like me. Motherfucker, I've been at this shit since I was a fucking teenager. And I'll end with this. Life can bring you many disappointments. But the only real disappointment is living in this vehicle and never developing your purpose. Do you know what that means? That means that you become a loser. That's how you lose. You let everybody around you determine what you should become, what you should be, what you should, instead of finding the thing that can walk you into the space that you need to be in. Because that's the only way you're going to be fucking happy. I'll be around a bunch of unhappy motherfuckers, even in my own family. You know what I do? I don't do shit. I'm not saying shit. I'm not giving you no advice. I'm not doing nothing because I already gave it to you. And I gave you the example. Sometimes your own family members want to see you fail because they be looking like, how you doing that shit? And if y'all want to know how our empires fell, God damn it, I'm going to keep saying it. Treason, internal backstabbing, abandonment of natural law systems and the code. And that's how we got here. And that's where you're going to stay until you get your ass up and not just work intelligently towards your purpose, building your family, and building your jurisdiction. You don't have nothing else to do. Fuck your Bible, fuck your Quran, fuck your Buddhism, fuck all of that shit. Go back to your ancient system that your people developed, that we can walk you down from the time they developed it, how they developed it, what they looked at in the stars and nature to develop it. We just told you the maraca and the baby rattler is from America because the fucking snake is there. We saw the fucking rattlesnake. It is a North American snake. And then we also understood sound. And we turned that shit into something that can put us into trance and become oracles and just calm a baby down and do all kind of shit. Practical. We're not about to argue with no pyramid heads from Africa. We're not about to argue with the Indians that's saying that this is Egypt, who don't know shit. We're not about to argue with you Hebrews again, trying to say the Indians was, bruh, we're not arguing with you. Stay stupid. You've never been around nobody real. That's your fucking problem. That's why the person was saying, oh, you're so emotional. What you expect me to be? What you want me to be? You want me to be something that you think is acceptable? With your neurons barely fucking firing? This is jurisdiction. You don't get to set what's appropriate to us. You're used to people doing that to you, though. They tell you what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. Get in line, nigga. We're not in that line. And so my point is, even with the people who are talking about, oh, you're so divisive. Fuck you. I don't want to be unified with you. Why would I want to be unified with you? Why? See, y'all are retarded. You think retarded. You sing unity, that means you're a good person. Yeah. So thank you for your time tonight. Hopefully you've learned something. We got about 3.5 hours of entertainment and education. Hopefully you learn something from this and you take the resources and you actually go back and you study. Because if you can map out what the past is, you will produce what the future is. And that is all. We out!